Hello and welcome to another video from Minus Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles. And today we're looking at something that's not altogether that old, but it is a fantastic series of models, and it is all based on the original 1975 Space 1999 television series. We are looking at the last model in the 1612 Space 1999 Alpha Moonbase Edition Micro Eagle series. And this particular one we're looking at today is of the laboratory Eagle as seen in the television series. Now, we all know the television series was created by Gerry and Sylvia Anderson, and it ran for 2 series from 1975 through to 1977. In the premiere episode, it was set in the year 1999, and nuclear waste was being stored on the dark side of the moon, or the moon's far side. And unfortunately, it explodes, knocking the moon out of orbit and sending it and all of the inhabitants of Moonbase Alpha hurtling uncontrollably into space. And basically, the whole 2 series was spent on the inhabitants trying to find a new homeworld as the moon is traveling at a colossal rate, traveling through the entire universe, and as they're passing inhabitable planets, they're trying to find a place where they can move to and call home. Now, it was the final production of the partnership team between Gerry and Sylvia Anderson, and at the time it was the most expensive series produced for British television, with a combined budget for the 2 seasons of £6.8 million. The first series was co-produced with ITC Entertainment and Italian broadcast RAI, while the second was produced solely by ITC. There was a good cast in the series. So the first season, you had Martin Landau and Barbara Bain, who were the 2 main stars of the series, also known for their appearance in Mission Impossible. They were a husband and wife team. You also had, in season 1, you had Barry Morse, who played Dr. Victor Bergman, and Prentice Hancock, who played Paul Morrow, who was the second in command of Moonbase Alpha. Also appearing was Nick Tate. He appeared in both seasons. He was Captain Alan Carter, the commander of the Eagles. Zena Merton, who was Sandra Baines, also appeared in both seasons. The second season, we saw the arrival of Catherine Schell, who was the metamorphosis lady who could transform into pretty much anything she saw. And also Tony Anholt, who was the second in command for season 2, playing Tony Vedeschi. Okay, let's not digress any further. This is the item in front of us, and for those of you that already watch our videos regularly, you know that we have done the other 4 in the series. So we've done the Rescue Eagle, the VIP Eagle, the Eagle Freighter, and of course the Moonbase Alpha set, the electronic set that also comes with Eagle 1. And this particular one we're looking at, the final one in the series, is the Laboratory Eagle, and this is the packet that it comes in. And at the top it says Space 1999 Laboratory Eagle, and there you can see the Eagle and the accessories just behind the window. And it's for ages 14 up, and it says featuring Detachable Pod and Aluminium Engine Bells. And you've got the ITV Studio logo on the bottom right hand corner. Okay, that's the front of the packet. Let's turn it around and see what we've got printed on the back. Okay, so I've turned the packet around to the back, and this is what we've got on the back. So it says Alpha Moonbase Laboratory Eagle, and there you can see the Eagle flying through space, and that's an actual studio model taken from an episode. And you can see it's got the booster rockets on the top, and the pod is the laboratory pod. And it says, with a modified version of the passenger pod equipped to serve as a remote laboratory, this Eagle can be used to locate and refine crude minerals on a planet's surface too bulky to transport. This pod also serves as a base for planetary contact and survey teams and can carry food, water and recyclable air to support the team for several weeks. Spine-mounted booster rockets allow longer and more substantial exploration. 1612 Collectibles is proud to present the highly detailed replica featuring detachable pod, spine booster rockets and real aluminium engine bells, dedicated to the inspiration and the memory of Gerry Anderson and Sylvia Anderson. Space 1999. For more exciting collectibles, visit www.1612.com. You've got 1612 Collectibles limited address details. It says not suitable for children below 36 months. So some small parts and detailed sharp points. It's got colour of contents may vary, made in China, and it's item number ALP-3, Alpha 3. You've got 1612 Collectibles logo, and it says, warning, this is an adult collectible, not suitable for children under 14 years of age. ITV Studios, and below that you've got the copyright information for Space 1999. Okay, that is the packet. I think what we're going to do, we're going to be a bit naughty. We're going to open the packet. We're going to take it out. We're going to have a look at it outside the packet. It's got to be done. Okay, so the Eagle comes in this protected packet, which is inside the main packet. So you've got the Eagle, you've got the pod, you've got the booster rockets, and you've got the Moonbase buggy. So let's take them out. Let's try and get them out without dropping anything. There's the pod, the Moonbuggy, the booster rockets, and the Eagle. Okay, there we have it. Right, so as with all of the other ones we've looked at, let's take a look at the Eagle. Let's do the Eagle first this time. We normally do it last, but let's do it first. Okay, a lovely, beautiful looking design of the Eagle, and these pretty much were most of them the same. The only difference was the Eagle one was completely white, so that's the one that comes with the Moonbase Alpha playset. But this one is obviously the laboratory one, so it is a little bit different. It's got a little bit more different markings on the actual model itself, but you can see it is very, very well designed. You've got the aluminium booster rockets, or the rockets at the back there, but that is the only metal part on the actual model. The rest of it is plastic, but it is very well constructed and solid plastic, so it has got movability on it, but it's not gonna break easily. There's no spring loading on the bottom there. Actually, I think those rockets at the bottom there are also aluminium. So we've got these two at the two at either end, so 4 of those rockets at the bottom there, and the aluminium bells. The bells at the back are all aluminium. So the rest of it is all plastic. So let's give you a size of this model. So we're looking at 13 centimeters in length. So it's not particularly big, it's fairly small. Height wise, we're looking at 3 centimeters. That's from the base of the foot to the top of the spline. And if we measure across the front, which is probably the widest part, we're looking at 5 centimeters. So it's not a particularly big one, but it is designed to fit in, just as the other micro ones are, to fit on the Alpha Moonbase Launchpad set. So you can replace the Eagle one with any of the other 4 Eagles that are available separately. Okay, so again, it's really nicely designed, very, very good image, and it just looks absolutely incredible. And you could very easily be forgiven if you didn't know, of thinking that this is a full scale replica, because it's very, very good. Okay, the pod. As with all of the other pods, they've got the clips at the end there, which press into the side, and you can see you've got the buttons underneath there to release it, so you can see them going backwards as I press the lip in at the side there. You can see the button being pushed back. So again, think those are aluminium again. The rockets there, I think they're aluminium, but the rest of it again is all plastic. Quite small, this pod. So if you measure the length of it, we're 5 centimeters. The width of it, we're also 5 centimeters, and the height of it is about 1.5 centimeters. So quite small, but it does actually fit in quite nicely. So you can see you've got the slots at either end of the eagle there, and that basically just goes into the slots. If I can put that in like that, and just push the lips, the connectors in, and there we have, there we have the eagle with the pod. There we go, that's in there. So the pod is attached perfectly and it fits in beautifully, and it's yeah, it just looks incredible once it's on. The rockets, well, they've got these little clips on the top there, and they would just sit onto the bars here, so you can really put it wherever you like, I think. So yeah, so we go in, can we go in there? Let's move it up a little bit. There we go. So that just presses on where the connectors are. They sit in between the spline of the top of the eagle there, and there you've got your added booster rockets. Now the booster rockets, they measure 4.5 centimeters. Height wise is about 1.5 centimeters, and width wise we're looking at about 2 centimeters. And that's your eagle with all the attachments on. Of course, as usual, it comes with the Moonbase buggy, which is very, very tiny. So we are looking at 1 centimeter in length by, I think that's about 0.5 centimeter in width and about 0.5 centimeter in height. It's very, very tiny, but it is in scale with the eagle. So considering the eagle size, that's how big the moon buggy would be if it was full scale with the model. Now just look at that. I mean, you could very easily be mistaken for thinking that was either a full-size model or even a studio scale model. It just looks incredible. It really does. And when you've got them sitting on the launch pad, the Alpha launch pad, the electronic launch pad, it just looks absolutely fantastic. Any one of these of the Eagles can sit onto the launch pad, but they do look absolutely incredible. I just think these models, so much detail and effort has gone into creating these models as they are. They just look absolutely phenomenal. For the size, they are just brilliant. The only where it's not a criticism really, but it's not die cast, it is plastic, but maybe that's more durable and probably will be longer sustaining without any rust or chipping on them, because it is plastic rather than the metal. But I mean, absolutely incredible detailed model again from 1612, and suitable obviously for the Moonbase Alpha. It's such a shame that 1612 decided to withdraw from regular models and only move on to studio scale models, because I just do think their quality, the models that they produced were absolutely second to none. But anyway, that's another story. Okay, now you're going to ask me, how well did these do back in 2021? Well, to be honest with you, I mean, these were on pre-order with 1612 probably 2 years prior to them actually arriving. Obviously, there was COVID in the middle of that, which caused a big delay, and then obviously issues with shipping containers afterwards, which everybody had after COVID. So the delay, I think that it was probably about a year late when we finally got them. So we finally got them towards the end of 2021, when they were due to be released during 2020, but as I say, because of COVID, everything was delayed. So it was a long wait, and those of us that ordered them and paid up front, well, we had a long wait to get what we paid for, but eventually we got them, and they didn't disappoint. I have to say, they were well worth the wait. The quality and the detailing of these models is second to none. They're absolutely brilliant, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't think, though, overall they sold as many of these as they actually thought they was going to do, because I do know that 1612 then did have quite a lot of these in stock for quite some time. So I'm assuming that they ordered a bigger quantities than what they normally do, because obviously they're all on limited edition and a one-off order. So I think they ordered probably bigger quantities, expecting them to sell like the full-scale models or the 12-inch models did. And I don't think they actually did. I don't think they had as many pre-orders as they thought they was going to get. So consequently, once we all got them, then 1612 had stock for quite some time, and I know some of this stock actually went into shops, because that's where we got all of this lot from. So yeah, I mean, I don't think they sold as quickly as they would have liked, and I think that might have been part of the reasons why they've decided to not produce any more of these collectors models and solely do the studio scale models, which of course are all payment up front, and limited to 100 pieces of each. Okay, let's move forward just 4 years to 2025, which is where we are today. Do these models come up for sale very often on the platforms these days? Well, not very often, to be perfectly honest with you. You can find them if you look hard enough on the platforms. They will appear eventually, and if you're patient, you will eventually find them. But like I say, it's not a regular occurrence. And well, at the moment, most of the ones that are being offered on the platform are complete and sealed, just like this one was until I opened it to demonstrate it. But that's because they're so new, they're only say 4 years old. Most of them that are being sold are in mint condition in the packets, as this one was. I think there might have been a few people that ordered some of these to resell, like they have done with a lot of the models of 1612, obviously trying to make a quick buck. So those ones I think are the ones that are being made available. Most collectors that have bought them will keep them in their collection and will not resell them. I have the entire set in my collection on display with the Moonbase Launchpad, and they look absolutely incredible. I've got them lined up on the Launchpad waiting for takeoff, but they do look absolutely fantastic. Now, these ones that we have, they're all part of a shop that closed down, and we were fortunate enough to go in and buy out all their stock. And on the shelf, they had quite a few of these models and a few of the Alpha Moonbase Launchpad sets. And as of today, they are all available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to very simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website, where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage 1612 items, or not even vintage, but Space 1999 items. Yes, so all available on the website. You can get there very easy by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website, and where you'll be able to find this and many other items. Many other vintage toys, games and collectibles come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I am absolutely positive this is something that you're not going to want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new items which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there is something in particular you are looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or perhaps just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long-lost childhood memories. Well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this wonderful, wonderful 1612 laboratory Eagle from their Micro Alpha Moonbase series. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next video. So bye for now.